everybody, this is Indypride with Milk and Cookies TW, and here we are with our first multiplayer battle. This multiplayer battle is going to be me against Surgut, who is a level 10 gold star in Fall of Samurai. I'm rocking the original Shogun 2 avatar, and let's take a quick look at the setups. I've got 3 200 range bows, and those are really important, I think, against Fall of Samurai, and especially on a map like Numazawa where you can use that range to your advantage. I have 2 katanas, veteran, highly veteran, 21 attack, and a Nodachi. And I have 4 Kisho Ninja, and these are going to be my wild cards in this game. Their stealth ability is really, really good against Fall of Samurai. Basically, you can stealth in to within about 10 feet in front of their lines, and they won't be able to shoot at you. And they're a great meat shield unit because basically they can't shoot at anything, and once they get into melee, they can tie down all of the enemy's units, and you can get your katanas and nodachis into melee. And plus, I have a veteran here with 23 attack, so yeah, they absolutely tear through even the best line infantry for Fall of Samurai. So, and my opponent over here, Surgut, has some line infantry with some crazy stats. He has some Imperial Guard infantry with 84 reload speed, and he has a infantry de marine. He has a black bear hidden over on my side, which you'll see in a minute. And yeah, basically, he's just going to try to outmuscle me with those veteran line infantry, and I'm basically not going to let him do that by the way I play. So let's get into it. Press play right now and get into the replay. So I have some Yari Ashigaru up front, and those are actually, I think a lot of people underestimate how good Yari Ashigaru are. I mean, they're a great meat shield unit. I mean, I love Naginata attendants. They can do great for you, but Yari Ashigaru can spear wall, and I mean, a lot of Fall of Samurai players bring a lot of cav, and it's hard to win cav battles against Fall of Samurai because Yariki just has better stats than Yari cav. So right here, just moving up to take the dojos. This was actually a conscious decision here. I wanted to line up on this side of the lake because I have the workshop and the morale dojo, and I knew that he was going to want to take the archery dojo. So when we first started this battle, I was planning on just lining up on the other side of the lake and skirmishing him across the lake. It doesn't actually end up working that way because he put some pressure on my left flank and kind of stops me, and so I'm not able to move up as far as I wanted to. But it's actually going to end up working out for me pretty well, and I'll talk about that later in the battle. But yeah, we're just lining up. I'm going to take the workshop and the morale shrine, and that's going to give me a big boost to my men, obviously, and it's going to make it really hard for him. He has, a lot of people are really, really nervous when they play Fall of Samurai, and I mean, I guess I can understand that. When you see that a unit has 89 reload skill, and after they capture the archery dojo, they're all going to have 100 reload skill, so they basically shoot like machine guns. So if they have line of sight, they're going to hurt you pretty bad. But that's why I brought 200 range bows, is I'm going to be able to skirmish them, make him come to me, and I'm going to be able to tear them up before they can even get a shot off. Sending my Naginata attendants over to capture the shrine at the moment. We're just doing some shrine capturing. And one thing that's really important when you're playing Fall of Samurai, and this seems obvious, but I see so many people not do it. Always meat shield. I mean, Naginata attendants cost 150 koku, and often I see them get into the lines and just break up enemy formations. I mean, you need some throwaway units when you play against Fall of Samurai, because those guns will obviously tear you up if you don't have something out in front. And that's where the Kisho Ninja come in actually too. They're a great unit. They're a great unit to bring against Fall of Samurai. I rarely see people do it, but they are really, really effective. I mean, they have 17 attack base and they only cost 700 koku. So, I mean, yeah, they can do a lot of damage. Moving my Kisho Ninjas up right now to get with the rest of the army, and he's actually going to get close to catching them. So I end up having to use the stealth ability. I'm not sure if he actually knew that my Kisho Ninja were there, but for some reason CA decided it was a good idea to put in a ability sound when I use my abilities, and so it makes it fairly obvious if you know what you're doing. when someone brings Kisho Ninja. So I don't really know why they put that effect into the game, but they did. And so right here, yeah, his Yariki gets close. I didn't want them to get caught, so I bring my Naginata attendants back to cover them and bring my Kisho Ninja forward. And right here, he has a black bear that comes out of hiding. And this actually ends up being my only real mistake in the battle, I feel like, is that instead of skirmishing them and using my 200 range bows to their maximum effectiveness, I let the black bears come in and start getting some shots off. And I will actually end up losing about half of this bow unit, but I mean, you'll see in a second, I'm going to kill about 20 men a volley, and these bow monks shoot really, really fast. So this black bear unit is not going to be able to survive for very long. When they get some shots off, we'll get some close-ups of that. Gotta love the blood pack. And right now he's also bringing his Yariki around, trying to attack, but I've got my Naginata attendants coming back to stop them from doing anything to them. And I'm protecting the rear of my bows with the Naginata attendants. So yeah, we're getting some close-ups of the black bear shooting right now, and you can see I've already taken down 50 of their men. But he is getting some shots into my bow monks, which isn't good. I mean, cost-effective wise, this was probably a good trade for me, because I only end up losing about half my bow monk, and he loses a whole line infantry unit. But I could have skirmished, ran behind the hill, and gotten more kills with less casualties, but it happens. I mean, this black bear is just not going to be able to survive for very long. And now he's making his push across the river. He's got an infantry marine with 114 reload speed. And my Daikyu and my bow monk are going to start getting some shots in on this first Imperial Guard infantry, and they're going to go down pretty fast too. And the thing about these line infantry is they just don't have good armor, and so they get taken down really fast. Look at that, they've already lost 30 men in one volley, and more will be coming. So the army he brought against me just wasn't cost effective, and the way he used it wasn't right. He bunches his guys up and gets stuck behind the key buildings and kind of screws himself over. Over here on my left flank, his Saber Cav come in, but they get caught by my Yareshigaru and 21 attack katanas, and so they start wavering and he has to pull out. And basically I'm about to send in my Kisho Ninja. He's lining up and I'm still tearing them up with my bows. Excuse me. And I'm sending in a fire attack, and he's already lost, I don't know, about 2,000 Koku worth of units, and he's barely done any damage to me at all. And right there you can hear that he's discovered my Kisho Ninjas, but it's not going to matter because once I use that stealth ability, there's nothing he can do about it. It's pretty much getting units free into melee without getting shot, and so that's going to absolutely tear up his line when I get them into melee. He's got 49 men left in one Imperial Guard unit, and he's already lost 25 men in another. So I'm going to send in my meat shields, my Naginata attendants, and my Kisho Ninja, and we're going to get a close-up of this, because this is going to do some damage. I absolutely love Kisho Ninja. The kill animations they have are amazing. Yeah, there we go. The first Kisho Ninja just got in melee, probably beheaded about 20 guys there. And the rest of my Kisho Ninja are still stealthing in. They're about to get into melee. He has some Saber Cav on my left flank, but again, they've gotten caught and just can't do much. My bows are still shooting into his lines, and the Kisho Ninja are absolutely tearing them up. That unit's down to 65 men, and they are not going to be... Yeah, they just broke. So now, another thing that I never see people do that is a really good strategy is if there are key buildings on the map, use it to your advantage against Follow the Samurai. Like, I use it to shield my men against their line infantry. He has an infantry day marine which costs 1,700 Koku. They don't have a kill yet. And he has another guard infantry that's placed right behind the dojo, and he can't shoot. So just use that as a meat shield, or as a shield so that you can't get shot. He has his Yariki coming in, and in a second here I'm going to Banzai with my Nodachi. Nodachi are actually decent versus cavalry units. If you Banzai into them, they can actually do some damage, and basically I just want to hold him down because his Cav is the only thing that's going to turn the battle for him now. My Kisho Ninja just captured his infantry day marine. They aren't going to last long, and look at that, 1,700 Koku, and they have one kill, and they're about to rout. They're already wavering. And I'm just sending all my melee units in now. I've got my bows shooting over the shrine, and there's just not a whole lot he can do now. I mean, all my units are faster. I also have Yamabushi Guide, which is great to bring against Fall of Samurai. It gives you a 20% speed bonus over rough terrain, which includes rivers or hills. And so, obviously, getting into melee against Fall of Samurai is how you win. And it's just, there's nothing he can do now. I've gotten into melee. He's just got his general left and a Yari key. And actually, at the end of this battle here, you'll see that he left some cav hidden in the back. I don't know if that was a micro mistake or if he was planning to do an ambush or what, but he has some saber cav coming in now across the trees. But they're not even going to get into melee. His general's about to die, and his whole army just routed. So, yeah, I mean, it's a heroic victory, and that's one way to beat Fall of Samurai with Shogun, is you just use your 200 range bows to make him come to you, tear up his line infantry, and get some meat shields and some Kisho Ninja into combat, tie him down, bring the rest of your samurai into melee combat, and there's just not a whole lot they can do. Right here, I only had 291 losses and had 759 kills. And if we look at some statistics here, my bow monks were the MVPs for me, 163 kills. And I mean, he had such a small army, and it was all so compact, and it all cost so much that once I got into melee, there just wasn't anything he could do about it. So yeah, his Black Bear infantry was really the only line infantry unit that he had that did anything for him. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to be bringing you some more multiplayer battles shortly. Probably going to be doing some Medieval 2 as well if you guys would be interested in that. And I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.